where he has set up this, that it's supposed to act like this magical thing, which is kind of like HPV, where it's the same shit, where it's the con man thing to show like every single time I do something that you might think is magic, you get deeper in to a con that you don't even know that you're at the fucking very beginning of.
I think you're reading quite a bit into this horny man eating strawberries off a stripper's nipples.
This is all I do all day.
Yeah.
Another time, Brock collaborated with the manager of a fancy restaurant. He wandered into a steakhouse pretending to be drunk. Don't know
honestly,
if he was pretending or if he really was.
The only way to enter a steakhouse is to wander into a steakhouse.
Oh,
That is true.
No, you have to go with your hands on your hips going, I just got to check out what this establishment is. Big knives.
Yeah.
Well, he was dressed as a homeless guy, and he walked up to a patron's table and just grabbed the steak with his hand and stuffed it into his pocket. And when he got a little pushback, the manager rushed out and said, no, it's all just a prank, everybody. Calm down. And then, of course, the dinner was on the house.
That is just such a fucking Canadian bullshit prank. Can you imagine sitting there? The fury.
I would rather be pranked by
my
O.J.
God.
Simpson in the show Juiced.
The fury that I would feel if I was sitting with my steak meal and I'm sitting there, I'm so excited, all of a sudden this big, stinky, huge dick homeless man walks in, takes the meat off my plate, because first you're like, ah! Everybody's just screaming and shit, but this big haggard, like fucking woodsman is in front of you, and then have the manager go, ha ha ha! Got you, you fucking stupid customer! I took your money and I pranked you, huh? Look how funny it is. And meanwhile, he's just fucking this steak with his huge ass dick. They're all laughing and shit.
Yeah, because then you have to wait for another fucking steak to come.
Well, steaks don't take that long.
But you know what's weird is that when I was researching the sadistic personality disorder, you know what's one of the big things that come up is extreme pranks. Extreme pranks are a mark of the sadist because they don't know, they literally can't discern joy. They don't know what's funny.
Well,
they are
absolutely. You look at what happened with Ashton Kutcher when he stole Frankie Muniz's car.
I remember that.
Frankie Muniz was really upset.
Well,
remember
he's
that
a little
punk?
bitch.
No, someone stole his car.
Yeah, I know, but it's still...
Dude, honestly, if you got punked, you would be like Chris Farley in that sketch where he finds out the coffee is not caffeinated.
Hell.
Like, you would be the worst.
Yeah, of course.
But even through the shenanigans, or perhaps because of them, Giselle was sold on Rocktario.
Wow.
I don't get it, but love is a strange beast.
Here's a hint. It's the dick.
Oh, I see. Not the steak in his pocket?
I don't know because the bits
Is that
don't
a steak
sound that
in your
great.
Is that a steak in your pocket, or you just happen to see me?
No, you
It's
can
a-
obviously
it's a
tell.
steak.
The reason why you can tell it's a steak because it all of the grease.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But also I am leaking.
Yeah.
Eventually, Rock abandoned his first wife, and Giselle moved in with him at Thetford Mines. Now, things went okay at first, but Rock soon became obsessed with religion, reading the Bible voraciously while denouncing the Catholic Church.
This is like very confusing to me how he grew up super religious. Usually, wouldn't the rebellion lead him away?
Well, I think that there is a little bit of he understood that what a great place for a person with no skills to climb up a hierarchy pretty easily. Because in the church, all you have to be is the person who believes in the fake man in the sky harder than anybody else.
Yeah,
you
Saint Benedict was a Nazi, and he just said, sorry.
Yep.
And they were like, now you're the Pope.
One night, though, Rock announced that he discovered a more honest and pure source of spirituality in the Old Testament, and that source just happened to have a lot to do with the role of women and their submissiveness towards men.
It's just so weird. I was just combing through with my fingers. My finger just stopped right here on
just
this.
went in- my
It's
fingers
just
did
like
the walking.
right here on this part about how you're supposed to do everything that I want. Isn't that weird?
And there's so many paragraphs that say that again and again, and I just my fingers. They find them.
Wow.
In reading these passages and studying them, he'd point them out to Giselle and say, quote,
See, Giselle, that's good. I want you to think about that. Huh? Just put the seed in your brain. Imagine your brain is dirt. Your brain is dirt.
Okay.
Put the seed inside of the dirt. Hey, it grows into a thing that sucks dick, huh?
Well, you know, it's funny you say that, my husband, because most of the stories that are in the Bible involve child rape.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah,
a really
so
good
that's-
idea as well.
That's horrible. Yeah. So I just don't know if we need to be taking that so literally. All the stories actually they don't really fit with a cosmic.
Hey, just putting it in my tool belt. I'm a real tool man, Tim Taylor.
Now, at this point in time, Rocktario had no church of his own, which is a somewhat difficult place for a cult leader to start if they have no money, no social clout, and no connections.
Oh, yeah.
Because, L. Ron Hubbard, he was able to create his own cult from the ground up because he had a reputation as a science fiction author.
Yeah.
And Charles Manson gathered his followers with a charismatic blend of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Branding.
Dune buggies. Yeah.
Branding is really important. I know that it's like a jokey answer, but you have to have like a perspective. What are you bringing to the table? What is you're the cult leader, right? You have to have something special. There's got to be a hook.
Well, there's got to be an answer. What's your answer? What's your answer to the question that everyone... What is your answer to the question, why are we here?
Yeah, why?
Mugs.
Yeah, but I mean, it started, but it shows how the answer can start with mugs.
Mugs.
But you know where it ends? Castration.
Ah, damn it.
Don't get too deep into mugs.
Hate it.
But for most American cults, the leader needs a jumping off point. And 99 times out of 100, that point is plain old Christianity. Heaven's Gate was Christian. Jim Jones's People's Temple. Of course, People's Temple was Christian. Even Joseph Smith, arguably the most successful cult leader of all time, wrote the Book of Mormon as a sequel to the New Testament.
Right.
And he's getting Whoopi Goldberg back for that, which was huge for that sequel. And they, it's kind of crazy because these other cults are, you kind of see how certain things kind of work different.